Hello everyone. So yeah, last time there were technical glitches and this time this time it was again some good power issues and that's why I had to delay the live stream by 30 minutes. Okay, so we are good to go. And so today as we have as the topic of the live stream that is shorting of months in Power Query because many times we always face this issue one way or the other of sorting the months in Power Query. And by default, what happens is that Power Query, Power Query sorts the month in the ASCII format. Okay, like the alphabetical order, you can say in the dictionary format. So that's how Power Query sort the data. So let me tell you what I mean. You can see right here, and you will be asking, okay, Aditya, why will we will be needing, right? So let me give you an example. Let's say we have received this data, okay, and what we are going to do is we are going to pivot the data. All right, you will ask Aditya, Power Query is just for ETL purposes and lots of other stuff, right? I agree with you, but for the time being, we are just going for this simple example so that we can understand it much better. So what we can do? So here just simple, I am going for transform, then pivot column, and you can see here the sales value. And because we have got like no aggregation, I am good to go. We don't aggregate, and that's it. And you will see, okay, I made it mistake. So from here, the year will be the pivoting column, right? And no aggregation. We are good to go. And you can see it has written a lot of code, right? So it's a best practice because what happened was here the years were in number format, okay. And what Power Query does by default is it so converts the numbers into text format. So what we can simply do is we can convert them text first, okay, and then we will come to the topic again. And yeah, let's go the sales part. Don't aggregate, and we are good to go, right? And everything is good. We have used one technique and now our code is looking simpler and we have pivoted the column only to find our month order is completely went into this array, right? Because you can see here the months are sorted in the alphabetical order, right? So what we can do, so you might have watched one of my sessions, and if you haven't, so you can come on the Sunday gaming learning here, go to the playlist, and here you can find invited by Excel Geeks. The moment you do that, a playlist will open and you can find all of my previous webinars and sessions where many people have invited me. And you can come here and watch this. Advanced Power Query joins and group by. Okay, so you might have attended that session with Crispo and you have got the idea. Okay, we can do something good here, right? So what we can do? So I'm going to show you one simple trick. If we are going to sort this data, we can come here, going here for supporting, and then we can write January to December. The sorting order should be to 12. Then here, let's say month, and then order. Okay. We are going to convert it into table and then writing it here months and then import them to Power Query, right? As simple as that. And now we are coming here, home tab, merge queries, and then the month name, and simply coming here to the months, and that's it. And what you can do is, I'm not going for months, instead I'm just writing it joins here. Okay. And then we can come here, extract the order part, then we can sort it out and then delete it, right? Now you can see your months have been sorted properly. Great, Aditya. That's brilliant idea, right? So you don't have to learn so many things, just going there, sorted the months, and that's great, right? That's what I call level 0 technique. Okay, because we are just learning. We have learned about merge square is, you can say, the joins, and we have learned something like this. And we have used every weapon we had got in our arsenal when we were learning about joins. And you can sort, or you can sort your queries like this. If you have learned a few techniques like a gamer does when they are in the beginning phase, when they are newbie, what they do is they practically use everything whatever they have in their mind to beat a monster. So that's how you can do. But you are not satisfied with that, right? Every time who is going to go make a table and then use the sorting order, right? So you wanted to learn more about that. So what we can do, so we are coming here, going to go for enter data, and then you can now come here as well. Month, let's name the table as months, and then Jan, Feb, and one by one we are going to write everything. Okay, great, we have written it. You can see here we have got one new table here. Let's rename them this way so that it will be easier. And then what we are going to do, add column, index column, and that's it. It doesn't matter if they start from zero because we just want the sorting order. Okay, so what we can do is you can come here and let's go with just simplest path. Okay, so what we can do, how to sort the data. Again, the same thing, you can use merge columns, right? And then simply the months to this way, and then we are going to extract them properly, month part or not, index part, and then simply going for the sorting order. That's it. And then deleting it. Now you can again see, right? So this is practically much more easier if you don't want to make outside tables, right? You can create an internal data here quickly with the enter data, right? And then what happens is if you see the behind coding here, it will be always fixed. Okay, so you can copy this very anywhere, wherever you want. So that is one of the again methods. I know these are like manual methods, but they are pretty easy when you just know few things. Okay, but yeah, you are still not satisfied with that. So what we can do, so how can we learn more about it? Okay, how we can sort the data without knowing, without using too much of these external tables, but internally. Okay, so what we can do. So that will be my third method. So what we can do is we can duplicate the column. Great. And then we are going for, if I just directly make it into date type, it will give an error. Okay. So you can see here what the error is saying. We cannot convert this text into date value. So now what we can do here, we can transform them, format, and then add suffix, and then just simply adding the one value. Okay. Now it has become first date. So how can we convert them into date? You know about now data types. Okay, so when we convert them into date format, you can see it has by default converted into first of 2000, 1st December 2001. Okay, so now we can sort the data and that's it. You can see, right? Our months are sorted. So this is again one of the ways you can quickly sort the data without going into so much M coding, right? So that's how you can simply sort the data, and that is really easy, I suppose. But if you feel like, okay, Aditya, we are still consuming lots and lots of steps, right? You can see first duplicate, then add suffix, and then again change the type, and then sort data. So what we can now do is just see, that's our beginning to learn more about the M coding. So what we can do now? So we are going to now analyze what is Power Query doing behind the scenes. Now we are going to see how to attack the bosses, to frame the strategies and all these kind of things, right? So now what we can do? So if you go here behind the scenes, just see it is duplicating the column. Okay, so we can practically avoid that. not a problem. Then what we have seen is that you can check out. This is the main thing. It has made, all right. So by duplicating the column, what it is doing now, it is adding one. Okay. This is the simply, you can say the concatenation part, which we are doing in our Excel. So here the problem is only that if you see this much part, this is a text value, okay, not a number. If I have written just simply, let's say, removing the text value and made it a number, so what might have happened was it will give me an error. And what will error say is you cannot concatenate text and number. Okay, so that's the problem. Power Query is very data specific, you can say. So now what we are going to do, we are going to now start analyzing the code. So here you can see we have concatenated with the text part. Okay. And then what we have done is just see, we have converted the text part into a date format. So what we can do now? So n- now we are going into the fourth method and simply coming here and add a custom column. Okay. So here I am coming here. Let's say the custom doesn't matter. The month name is there. Got it. And then adding the one part here. Okay. In a text format. And now you can see here. We have got the same result, right? The way we saw this result. By adding the suffix part, we have got this much, right? So that's not a problem. And now what we need to do is we need to convert this text into a number format. So there are, if Power Query is case sensitive, sorry, data type sensitive, so there should be some metrics, right? So if you come here, you can find this data type metrics in Power Query, and you can go through this wall metrics. Even I have shared on my LinkedIn this metrics and I will share it soon as well again. So you can get the idea. This is the conversion feature. Okay. What can be converted? Here we can see we can convert this text into date values, right? So there should be one function that will be converting text from text to dates, right? So that's one function that is date from. Okay. And that's it. The moment you do that, just see, we have got this structure. Okay. And if you see here, that's the same thing we have got. And now we have got everything into one step. And now all we need to do is simply just sorting the data and that's it. Our work is done, right? And that's it. Now everything is simplified. Still, the only thing you can say is we still have consumed like 2 to 3 steps. Okay. So that's the thing. Could we have done better with that? So till now, what we have seen is we have understood the UI approach, the basic approach, and how can we, you can say, start learning. Okay, but the still the same thing. If you want to become pro, now you need to understand more complexities. You need to understand more of the boss patterns, right? And you need to dive deeper. You can say in a way so that you learn much better. Okay, so that's kind of thing. So now what we can do, and that's where we have discussed in one of our the Sunday gaming learning sessions about enumerations and custom functions. Okay, the optional parameters. So if you see here the sorted columns, right? And let's go with what is table dot sort function is doing. Yeah, and you will see here we have got a comparison criteria, and if you just see more deeper here you can get the idea. Okay. Mm. Right. So Microsoft haven't explained it much better, but yeah, you can see the idea. What is here? We have got comparison criteria. Okay. And we have discussed extensively in our the Sunday gaming learning regarding these things. So what we can do now? So here what we are going to do is we are going to simply directly use the table dot sort function. Okay. So if you don't know how to go into complex stuff, what we can do is we have added the column, right? We are going to copy this code. Okay. The whole thing, because that's the only thing which was between add column and sorting the data. So now what we can do is we can come here, apply the function table sort, and then just that only. And if you see, we have sorted our data, right? So that's how, when you learn more about and are deeper into the functions, you can get more idea. Okay, this function has got some more features. Okay, so we can use something here. So that's how you can see here we have got sorted here the data, and that is in one simple step, and that's it. You don't need to write so many steps. Okay. Earlier, like, from there, we started importing the data and then merged the queries and everything, right? And there were so many steps and it was so much manual. Then again, what we did was we have again sorted the data based on our making our own table from enter data, and that was again with lots and lots of steps. And then we duplicated the columns, and then you can say then use the data types trick, and then sorted the data. And finally, we started learning more about the M language, right? So you can get the idea what we have done. And now finally we learn about the nuisances of few functions, where we can pull some stunts and make everything congested into just one step. And I am not saying the nested functions, but one simple function that has got everything, right? And that was the main thing for today, to excite you guys to know more about how to make your learning more interactive with this gaming learning style. Okay, but here is one thing. I want to ask you one question. Okay, so here we have sorted the data from January to December, right? What if I say this data is in a financial year basis? Okay, so this is financial year. You can say the April month should be at the top, and January, February, March should be quarter four. So what we can do, if we are just going to do this much only, it won't make sense, right? Because it will always short the data this way. So let me show you one trick here. Let me remove everything. So instead of directly jumping into table dot sort function, what we can do is we can come here, add a column text our function, and then we can do so many things. So what am I going to do is, so let's say if I am going to go back 3 months, okay, if I am going back for 3 months, so what might happen? Before doing that, let's say we sort the data and then you will understand better. Okay, so this is the date, right? And now what we are going to do, we are going to add one more column so that you can understand way more properly. Month, date, aid, month. If we are going for 3 months back, right, you can get the idea. You can get the idea, right? So we have figured out something. Here you can say this has become 10th month, right? So that's one way, and we have got the first month here. April has been changed to January. So now what we can do? Just simply coming here and then add, uh, get the month name. That's all. If we just get the month name here, you can see our order has been now changed. So the moment I shot the data in this format, now you can see here April has got the first month and March has got the last month. So that's another way we can use this trick, right? So what am I going to do? I'm just copying this much part. Let's again add 1 second. Here it was date month. one second, date from, right? And then the month name, and then edit the first part here, right? So that's how we sorted the data. Now what we can do is we can come here. Now we can use date 8 months, and we are going 3 months back, right? So that it will convert everything into January. But if you see, it won't sort the data because the date has been earlier. You can check this out where we have discussed about it. If I remove this much portion, you can see that date is again still year oldest date compared to April. So what we need to figure out is how to get the month's name from here. So that's what I'm going to do. If I'm going to just get the month's name, month's number, date, month, that's it. The moment I do that, I've sorted my months in my financial year basis, and that's a trick with it. In Power Query, you can sort the months now way more easier if you know how, if you have got the ideas how to sort the months. And that was my way, which I use extensively for any challenges or in my day-to-day life. All right. So if anyone has got questions, they can ask me now, or otherwise, I will end the live stream here. And you can ask questions in the comments, and then I can reply later as well. Okay. So no questions. Great then. I will stop the live stream and enjoy, guys. Have a great day ahead.